Track and field fans, Diamond League opener is here. Normally, this would be hugely anticipated. This year, not quite as much because it's London Marathon weekend. We've already had Grand Slam track. But I, Robert Johnson, I don't take days off. Weldon Johnson's on vacation. Jonathan Galt's in London at a soccer match. I'm a track and field aficionado. I'm here to break it down for you. Special live edition. We're going to call this the Saturday 15. I'm going to try to go 15 minutes. Diamond League opener has started. I mean, the meet was incredible. There was a lot of star power. I just think that sometimes there's too much in the Diamond League. Like they don't actually, like they'll switch to the next event and there'll be like a world record attempt. Like, let's promote this for a little bit. But anyways, big headlines here. Faith Kipyegon. She's just missed the 1,000 meter world record yet again. What does that mean for her mile chances? I'll tell you. Beatrice Chebet has thrown down in the women's 5,000. 26.6 final 200. Are you kidding me? Bakkali has lost. Warholm world record. Grant Hollway beaten yet again. Simbini has crushed the field in the men's 100, and Australian records have fallen in the women's 1,000 and 5,000. Thanks for joining us. If you want this as a podcast, go join the Supporters Club today. Let'sRun.com/subscribe. Let'sRun.com/subscribe. So I was, most people who are listening to this aren't watching live. They're actually Supporters Club members. So I'm just correcting a typo here in my graphic for the live show. But doing the solo. Look, the big story 5 years from now, 10 years from now is going to be whether Faith Kipyegon breaks 4 in the mile. I think it's a ludicrous idea. But we saw it tonight. She ran 2:29 low yet again. The world record is like 2:28.95. I think she ran at 2:29.21 today. Her PB is 2:29.15. So, good run, right on the lights, like right next to the world record. But I did the math. If you take her 1,000 meter PB and you just extend it out for 1,609 meters, which is exactly otherwise known as 1 mile, do you know what time you get? You get 3:59.982. So 3:59.99. She has to run her 1,000 meter PB for a mile. No chance. None. If you put her time today, which is 0.06, it's like 4 flat 0.08 or something. So she's got to run between the 2 times she's running 1,000 for another more than 50% farther. I mean, way more than 50% farther. I mean, like, I'm trying to think. Like my sub-4 minute milers at Cornell, or myself, like I had a lot of them. Okay, my 3:41.8 guy, my one guy. What could he run in 1,000? I would assume certainly under 2:20. Certainly under 2:20. Well, certainly under 2:22. I haven't even thought about it. John Kellogg's asleep right now. So, look, she looked good. I mean, that's the good news. Is like, okay, someone on the forum, on the official message board thread was like, well, it's early. No, this world record attempt is less than 2 months from now. So now it's going to be all the aerodynamics for the shoes, because she had 2 good rabbits in here. Apparently, Nakai, the Ugandans, joined her training group. She was a little bit behind them, so she's not getting the stream. So if there is some slipstream like cycling, I don't know. I mean, this Roger Cram guy who did the aerodynamics, he'd better be right. But apparently it was just a theoretical thing. Like he didn't actually study it in the lab. So no chance, in my opinion. All right. But it was a good run for her. Behind her, Abby Caldwell, 2:32.94. It's an Australian record. There was 2 Australian records today. Rose Davies also broke her Australian record in the women's 5,000. So, all right, enough on Kipyegon. I'm going to try to figure out if Wikipedia here. Here we go. See what the old 1,000 meter record for the women was here. I know the Australian fans are eagerly anticipating how much of a national record it was. 2:34.50 for Georgia Griffin. So she smashed it by what, almost 2 seconds? Well, second and a half. 2:32.94 for Miss Caldwell. The other distance, I mean, the women's distance stuff was probably a little bit bigger here than the men. Women's 5,000, loaded field. Beatrice Chebet, Olympic 5 and 10,000 champion. Gudov Sagai, who, I mean, She used to be Mrs. Triple. Like like what she was doing at between 1,500 and 10,000 was amazing, and then it all came crashing down at the Olympics. Anyway, 600 meters to go. There's like 8 women still there, and like, what's going to happen? 200 meters to go. Chebet just, it looked like somebody hit turbo in a freaking video game. She just exploded. And so I thought Sergey's tactics were smart. Normally Sergey runs like an idiot. Just follow Chebet and see if you can outkick her. That's what she did. She tried to follow from behind. No chance. 26.6 for her final 200. Yes, 26.6 for the final 200. Like that's ridiculous. So I'm going to find here the photos. Not sure why my graphic for Chebet did not show up. Trying to put that on the live show because I have too many photos in there. Sorry for the live. You guys realize that, like, if you're doing a live stupid graphic up on the screen, that's why they have producers, I guess. Maybe we won't be getting that picture. One last chance here. There we go. I knew I could do it, folks. 14:27.12. Sergey runs 14:28.18. Ricky Highlam and Meshesha of Ethiopia, third and fourth. The only other 2 women under 14:30, 14:28.8, 14:29.29. I assume that both of them are just moving up to the 5,000. Like they can't medal in the 1,500. Highland was only 5th at World Indoors behind Houlihan, Hull, and Morgan. So she finishes 3rd today. And then Meshesha was 4th. I mean, Meshesha's like ran 3:54 in the 1,500 in 2022. Didn't even make the final at Worlds. So I guess they're figuring we got to move up to the 5,000. But I just Chebet, like, can we appreciate her for a minute? Like how good she is? Like nobody can touch this woman. Like Faith is the greatest ever in the 1,500, but Chebet's like the best distance runner on planet Earth. I guess Hassan. Anyways, people want the hard-hitting analysis. Thank you, Bruce. Bruce is one of my favorite YouTube announcers, commentators. Apparently, he's been banned from the message board, though. But just insane. Now, the final 400 was not that fast in this race. It was only like 59.4. So they just were like running 31s and 31s. And what you see when it's kind of tactical and then they blast it, people always misjudge the pace. They never can like squeeze it down. So she ran 13.1, 13.5. And Sergey went like 13.3 and then 14 or 15, something like that. So Chebet just looks insane. I do got to criticize the wave light here. They said the wave light was at 14.06. Are you stupid? We see this time and time again. A season opener, you're going to put the wave light at 14.06. If you put the wave light at 14.06 and then they kick, they're going to break the world record or come really close to it. It's like in a 10,000, you can get 10 seconds as a man. Weldon could at the pace he was running on the last lap. So you get like 5 in the 5. You probably get like 3 or 4 if you're the woman. Like that's insane. So the pace lights were way too fast. They should have put the pace lights at like, they were on it for like 2K. They should have put the pace lights like at 14:20, maybe even 14:30. I put it like 14:20 to be honest. But like it's early season meet. Let's go to the men's steeple. They got the pace lights on 8:05. They were way behind it. They actually ended up running 8:05 because they have a huge kick. Steeple, you make up a ton of ground the last lap. Anyway, steeple, 8:05 pace lights, they fall off of it. And I just hate how the commentators like, oh, they're not on the pace. Who cares? Michael Johnson is right about one thing. Like the focus on times, the obsession with times is not good. But I think Michael Johnson's aversion to times is not good. Times are important. You need to have rabbits in some of these races. But if they're not on the time, the commentator should not be talking about that in a negative sense all the time. Anyways, El Bakkali took the lead before the bell. And you're like, okay, he's going to do it. Faraiwu, the Ethiopian who's got like, I think an 8:04 PB, tries to get by him on the backstretch. El Bakkali's like holding him off. They're running side by side. And you're like, okay, yeah, we've seen this. We know Bakkali's kick is insane. And then Fryer gets ahead of him. And you're like, what's going on? And then Fryer was like decently ahead, hitting into the water jump. And you're like, oh my God, is he going to do it? Now Bakkali's kick is sick. Fryer actually didn't even land that well off the last barrier and still won. And he was pumped. I mean, he was super pumped. To take down the double Olympic champion, I don't blame him. And, celebrating, look at that, looking up to the sky. Insane run. 8:05:61 meet record. And behind him, let's see here, try to pull up the actual results here. Bakkali second, 8:06:66. Simon Koech, Kenyan, 8:07. It actually ended up being like a bunch of guys under 8:10, 5 of them. Serum of Kenya, 8:09. Amare, 8:09. Japanese guy almost broke his PB, 8:09:91. He opens up at 8:10:11. Kipyegon, though, the medalist, last 2 times, last Olympics and last Worlds, he's only 7th, but he runs 8:10. His PB is actually 8:05. So it's kind of interesting. Like there's a lot of guys. It's all about steeple, like producing when it matters most. Kipyegon's got 2 medals in the last 2 Worlds and Olympics, and his PB is only 8:05. He runs 8:10 here, finishes 7th. You're like 7th in Diamond League for the medalist? That's terrible. No, he's 5 seconds off his PB in the season opener. That's fine. Remember, the Worlds are in September. So it was surprising that Bakkali lost, but dude, this is actually, I would say, probably pretty good form for Bakkali early in the season. Sometimes he's like not even racing, and he always puts it together. So, surprising result. Good to see Samuel Faru, who, his PB is 8:04. I think he was 6th in the Olympics last year, 6th or 7th. So he was pumped. Get some new guys. See if Kenneth Rose can get back to that form that he was in last year. But surprising result for sure. All right. The meet ended. Karsten Warholm, 300 hurdles. Again, the announcer was saying world's best. First of all, it's a world record event now. He was insane. 33:05. Just went after. I mean, what does Warholm always do? Attack it. The 300 hurdles is perfect for him. Just went after it like great. Broke his old record by like 0.2. Really good in hurdles. Other big name here. I would like to do a thing like how many world record holders. Someone said there was 19 global champions. That must count indoors in this meet. A lot of field eventers. But were there more Olympic gold medalists in this meet than Grand Slam track? Almost certainly. I mean, definitely if you count the field eventers. I wonder if it's on the track. Probably be similar. But one of those other guys was in the men's 110 hurdles. Grant Holloway. Somebody on the forum was like, when's the last time he lost in the 110 hurdles? I'm like, last week? He lost the season opener. He never loses the 60 hurdles. He loses the 110 hurdles. And he lost again today. Had the lead probably about 60. 8th hurdle. Just, I don't know. They showed the replay 3 times. It did not look like he hit anything. It did not look like he got too close to the hurdle. It just looked like somebody pulled on him from behind and he started slowing down. He looked terrible. And then he could feel the guys coming around him. It was pretty, hurdles races were pretty close, and he just gave up after the last hurdle. Finishes dead last. Insane. So, time to panic? No. The guy was undefeated indoors. It's just a rhythm race, but it's kind of a down year. Let's see if he can get worlds. It doesn't matter for him. He's already got the Olympic gold. All he needs is the world record in this event. He can have a bad year if he has one good race and it's the world record, or if he gets another world title. That's what it's about. So he can be terrible until the world championships because he's got the bye, and I'd still think, okay, he can win this race. It's a rhythm race, and this is why these guys don't want to run Grand Slam track, because they don't want to get out of the rhythm. But in his absence, Cordell Tinch wins at 13:06. I mean, that's nice early season time, honestly. I mean, 13:06, you might win worlds at that time. Japanese guy, 13:14. Chinese guy, 13:24. Crittenden, the 13:28. Roberts, 13:35. Hansley Parchment, next to last, 13:49. Hollway, 13:72. So just someone's mad that I'm not actually streaming the Diamond League now. No, the Diamond League is over, sir, from India, wherever you are. Like, it's over. You could have watched it on YouTube. Get a VPN. If you need a VPN to watch the Diamond League, go to letsrun.com/VPN. Letsrun.com/VPN. All you got to put in is Japan, Australia. You're good to go. The full track broadcasting started today. I turned it on. I tried to turn it on. It's like 7:01. Wasn't on. I hate the delay in the streaming, but it came on shortly thereafter. There's no Centro. Apparently, Centro is just like a studio show, but like or highlights. Not even today. It's like he may promote the event like after the fact. Or I thought there would be a studio show with Centro. There was nothing with Centro, which is actually I'm fine with. I said they should just use the world feed. They were using the world feed, but the delay in the live stuff drives me nuts. I switched over to YouTube. It was 40 seconds faster. All right, what else? Men's 100. This was bizarre. Like you're seeing Lachlan Kennedy, you're seeing the Australians, Christian Coleman's in this one. You got Tebogo, the Olympic 200-meter champ, and I spent all this time putting these goddamn graphics in. I can't get them up on the board. I'll show you the Warholm graphic for no reason. Anyways, Kenny Simbeni of South Africa, like he's what 31. He just destroyed everybody. You don't see this at this level. He won by like 0.14 in a men's 100. Are you kidding me? Like it didn't make any sense. You would have thought the time was like a world record. Time instead was 9.99. I think it was almost no wind. Where's the wind on this thing? Wind is plus 0.2. So, like how do you win? There we go. How do you win by that much? Like that's okay. 9.99 early April, mid-April, late April. That's a good result, But how do you win by 0.14? Like Lachlan Kenny was going all out. He runs 10.188. So I don't know what to think about this. Like, is this 9.99 like a 9.8? Why did everybody else run so slow? I mean, Kennedy's been running insane. He finishes middle of the pack, 5th. Tebogo, Olympic 200-meter champ. It looked like he's been running a lot of 400s. He just the start, like it didn't look like he was ready to sprint. He just had no power in the first 30. Then I thought, is he going to become a 2.4 guy? Honestly, that's what I was thinking. He runs 10.20, but look at these times. Coleman 10.18, Kennedy 10.18, Tebogo 10.20. They finished 4th, 5th, 7th. I don't know. What one guy ran well? Like you honestly would think, okay, somebody's going to break 10 in this race or run right near it. I was wondering if Kennedy could do it. Simbeni runs 9.99. His PB is 9.82, but he won by so much. Like to me, it's about the margin of victory early in the season. This is bizarre to me. Like, how can he beat these other guys by that much? And it's concerning to me for Tebogo. Like it is for 100 meters. He's just, maybe he's got the broad view and he's running all these 400s. He's just getting his strength. Maybe it's brilliant. Honestly, I hope that they've got a master plan. This is just like, okay, we're going to work our way down in the sprints. We're racing a lot. We're just picking up appearance fees. We're not really in our sprint thing. We're kind of in our base phase, like a distance runner. I hope so. But that was kind of surprising. And then I've already said about the Australian record and the 1,000 Australian record in the women's 1,000. Rose Davies, not a big one though. Hey, but we love you Aussies. She ran 14:40.86. Her Australian record was 14:41.65. All right, I've already hit 15 minutes. So the Saturday 15 is official. Let's see if there's any comments here. I had my 6 points. I could not get Grok to make me a graphic for the whole thoughts for the meet. But anyways, I wanted I put my pot. They're scrolling across the bottom of the screen and the ticker, all those main thoughts. People want to know what the crowds were. The crowd, when I briefly looked up, I'm like, wow, this is a big crowd. Then I'm like, wait, are they faking up the seats? And I didn't have time trying to get the graphics, trying to get my kids' breakfast ready, my wife's coffee, and then do a show. Like I didn't actually stare at the crowd. This crowd, I thought like the first 1 second, I'm like, wow, it's a big crowd. And then I'm like, wait, are those fake colored seats? But how did it compare to Kingston? Oh my God, it was way bigger than Kingston. So, Bruce wants to know if you can be arrested for a VPN. I don't know. I did wonder that. Like, can FlowTrack sue me if I just say, hey, there's a VPN out there? So I haven't really been promoting the fact that you can watch these meets live on YouTube. But yeah, if you're in Australia, if you're in Japan, you can watch it live. Sometimes VPNs work in these things, sometimes they don't, etc. Did Bakkali get out kicked? Yeah, definitely. I mean, 250 meters to go. He took the lead right before the bell, had the lead on the backstretch. They were running side by side, and then just got taken. And even when Fairleigh stumbled over the final hurdle or didn't land well, Bakkali wasn't gaining on him. So some surprising results. But all in all, I thought, hey man, this was a good meet. I just think that the Diamond League is kind of the opposite of Grand Slam track. Grand Slam track is too long, 3 days. But it does give you time to really sort of think about, okay, what race is this? What's important here? And then they're not focused on the time. Diamond League has the opposite problem. It's like too much in 2 hours almost for your brain to wrap around. And then they're not promoting certain things more than others. And then they actually get upset if the time doesn't work. Like they should have been hyping here. Really, Chebet versus Segay, Kipyegon world record attempt, Warholm world record attempt. They should have been doing that at the beginning. Like, we're going to have these amazing things. I would actually put all the big events at the end and just hype it up and don't treat it the same. Mondo was here. He won. Miklucic won the high jump. I don't know. There was a lot of field events. I haven't had time to really look at them. But my biggest takeaways, Faith looked good, which is good if you want to break a 4-minute mile. But, dude, she's screwed. Absolutely screwed. Like, you got to run this pace for another 609 meters. Give me a break. Chebet, insane. Turbo. Bakkali, hey, I think it's good that he loses. We need some, but it's early. He's fine. I'd be happy to run 806 when Worlds are in September. Warholm looks good again. Hollway, that's surprising. Men's 100, that's wild to me. That's wild. Noah Lyles has got to be sitting home thinking, yeah, man, Shane Thompson. They're like, they're looking to hunt on those guys. So, all right, good opener. Busy weekend. But Supporters Club members, I'm not going to miss the Diamond League opener. We used to call this track and fields opening day. Yeah, I'm looking in the background here. I think a lot of those were those fake seats. But they put the spectators right at the finish line to make it look good. And then I think the rest of the stadium is probably empty. Can't tell. Want to be honest here. Oh, 400. There was an interesting 400. The Chris Bailey came off the turn, world indoor champion third. He actually runs a lifetime PB. He runs 44:27, which is faster than the 44:31 he ran at the Olympic trials. It's faster than the 44:34 he won Grand Slam track in. But he loses to Uganda's Biopi Ndori, 44:25. So Ndori had the lead and just barely held on. Pretty good run, actually. Pretty good race. Very close. But what's crazy, and this is the problem track and field has, is like some dude like we've probably never heard of. Didn't he run 44:15 at the Florida Relays last weekend? I forgot who it was. I mean, it's probably somebody you've heard of, but you never know like who's in form. You can never force them to go to a certain race. And like if Nike wants you to do a Sub-2 or Sub-4, you're going to do that. If Grand Slam track's going to give you $100,000, you're getting 10 grand somewhere else, you're going to do that. If you don't want to double, you're going to go to Diamond League. And it's just free agency. Everybody does what they want, and it is what it is. I think it's fine. Like if we had all the stars in every meet, I still don't think it would work. I don't think it'd be much more popular. Like just all I need is a couple great matchups, and I'm fine. Like you're watching a basketball game, like the first quarter is not normally that interesting. The fourth quarter is interesting. That's fine. So just entertain me. Put a couple big races at the end, and I'm happy. Just make it so that we know. Put it on a real TV channel, not behind some paywall, getting some rent seeker like FlowTrack, and promote the sport. Let's go. All right, London Marathon. I think it's like 4 a.m. I might wake up halfway, or maybe if you don't want to wake up, one option to do is bookmark the official London Marathon thread before you go to bed. I'll start it tonight, and then you wake up and you just have that on your computer and you read that. And don't when you get down to the bottom, don't like go too far because then the top 10 threads will show up. But then you can just sort of get the feel for the race after the fact without knowing the results. Okay, wait. I'm not in the chat. People are waking up now. We got someone from Denmark. What are the face chances of breaking 4? Well, I'm from Denmark, but please don't buy Greenland. Yeah, I've been eyeing that vacation, free vacation, and summer vacation in Greenland. Free property. I'm kidding. There's no way she could break 4 unless there's some technical. I don't think the drafting could do it. No way. There's got to be some. The shoe has got to be insane. Like the drafting, like if you missed the beginning of the show, you run her pace tonight. You run her PB in 1,000 meters for 1,609 meters. She runs 359.99. Like you need to run 220 for the 1,000 to be able to break 4 minutes. 222, something like that. There's no chance. No chance. I mean, it's so laughable to me. I would say they're going to embarrass her, except for the fact that I'm like, well, supposedly they're smart people. Like I thought there was no chance at the sub-2, and they end up doing that in the marathon. But this one, to me, just no. We've already got a flat course. We're not avoiding water stops. We've already got pacers for half the race. Like I don't see how it could happen. But I'm like, they're not going to embarrass her. But then again, that's what I thought until Nico Harrison, former Nike executive, traded away Luka Doncic. What a moron. So if somebody that dumb can get that high up in Nike, maybe they've lost their mojo. So, pump your products and gear. Yeah. If you're enjoying the show, go to shop.letsrun.com. You can get a nice shirt like this. Hopefully you guys weren't watching the show yesterday. I haven't changed clothes. Shop.letsrun.com. And to get this as a podcast, I'm going to start cutting these off. Like if you catch it live, you catch it live. If you don't catch it live, no, you don't get it. So I'm going to like maybe I'll give you like a 5-minute teaser and then just say, have a video that says, hey, you want this on demand? Join the supporters club, letsrun.com/subscribe. I mean, seriously, folks, like newspapers are dying, but not us. I send Jonathan Galt to London because it's the race of it's the marathon of the year. I wanted London there. I want the inside scoop. So that's going to be amazing. Can Hollway do it? Kiplimo in his debut. I mean, I would have thought Kiplimo, but as we said yesterday, he's downplaying his talk. Hollway's coach is saying, I've never seen anyone in a marathon like this. Should be exciting. Yes, the road mile would be better. Get a road mile with a tailwind. I mean, or downhill. You'd easily do it. Hell, I could do it if you put it down a mountain. But a road mile, no one would view that legitimate. If it's a road mile that's not a turn, if it's point to point, people are going to look at the win. On a turn, would people respect it? If you put it like, what if you put it like on a racetrack? If you had a mile-long racetrack, people might respect it because you have to go around. Now, people still think they did something with the wind. You think it was the pogo shoes. People, look, it needs to be on a track. Roger Bannister did it on a goddamn track. If they want an iconic, I was thinking about this. Why are they doing this? Because it's going to create buzz for Nike for the next 2 months. And if she actually did do it, like, what is the value of that picture for breaking 4? $100 million? $1 billion? I mean, throughout humanity, to have this woman breaking the barrier? I told John it might be $1 billion. Free publicity? I mean, it's probably more than that in terms of free publicity. How much does it actually, convert to sales and stuff like that? Who knows? All right. I said 15 minutes. God damn it. I did 33. My son's being patient. He wants to play with Dad. Thanks. We love you, Supporters Club members. Oh, I thought about like calling up Ross McGowan, Supporters Club member, and just like, Ross, do the show with me. I'm doing this solo. But then I was like, I can't do that because then you'll realize that like we're really not that much smarter than you. We just have more time to devote to track and field. So like, and also we can put the stats in front of us. We pay for these databases. We have like every race ever shown. So like, okay. I mean, I've got some good takes, don't lie. But you see, like if some rando was doing the show, I shouldn't downplay myself. No, that's not mean to be not hugely arrogant. All right. Love you guys and gals.